Sorry, Doc, but I've been crazy. There's a way that you can save me. It's okay, go with him, Haley. Nowadays,
check it out. I'll give you a fast little review on the movie Godzilla. I'll say this. It was freaking awesome. If you are a Godzilla fan, okay? So if you're going there and you don't really know the old movies, and I mean like the old Godzilla movies, like you didn't really follow Godzilla, you weren't a Godzilla fan growing up, you may not like it. If you're going there expecting like a whole new movie with an in-depth plot and like just crazy realistic build-ups and stuff like that, it probably won't be up your alley. You may not like it. I can totally see how somebody who's not into Godzilla wouldn't like the movie. But as a real Godzilla fan, like I used to watch all the movies, I loved it. Because remember, you're going there, okay, not for this new movie with this brand new plot that's never been before seen, like Pacific Rim or anything like that. You're going there to see Godzilla, your favorite monster from all of those movies in your past childhood, destroy cities and f some monsters up. And that's exactly what you get, and it's awesome. And the effects are actually really good, and they did an amazing job of making Godzilla true to his old form. And that's the other thing. You might look at him and be like, well, why didn't they make him like a little bit more like, you know, the monsters in Pacific Rim were a little bit more athletic and like sleek looking and whatnot. Well, it's Godzilla! They kept them true to Godzilla. It was badass. And I won't give you guys any spoilers or anything like that, but I'll just say, they kept the old Godzilla traits that are very minute, the ones you gotta be a real Godzilla fan for, in there. Like they had him use his tail whip at one point. They had a gigantic building fall on him dramatically. And don't worry, that's not a spoiler, but they did have that happen. They had like different things in that were true to Godzilla form. And the way the movie built up to the final fights was also very accurate to Godzilla form, where they show little bits of Godzilla in the beginning, and then there's a huge story being built up, and then the final fighting's all at the end. So, final analysis. As a movie as a whole, the graphics were great, the acting was amazing. They even did a good job kind of modifying the story a little bit without changing anything. It's still Godzilla. They made it make a little more sense than the old Godzilla, which is kind of cool. If you're going there not as a Godzilla fan, you're just going there to see this new movie that's supposed to be all crazy, you may get into it because, again, the action, the graphics, the acting is all really good. You also may not like it. You might think it's so-so. But if you're going there as a straight-up, old-school Godzilla fan to see that old-school Godzilla in new 2014 style, ooh, you're going to love it. I give it a straight thumbs up. Grips your emotions the whole way through. It's just a good movie. I highly recommend you go and see it if you are a legitimate Godzilla fan. And you know what? If you're not a Godzilla fan, go check it out. You just might get into it for how insane it is as it is. And even if you don't like it, well, you're supporting the movie, so hopefully us Godzilla fans can get more of it in the future. Love y'all. Peace. Subscribe now, comment below, and like. So today on the menu is a 4x6 rep range for the bench press. Strictly tap and go, that's what I was told to do. 4 sets, 6 reps. Now, I got a little bit greedy here. Okay, I was dying to hit my 4 sets of 6 reps with 295 because it was the next plate up. If you guys recall, a couple months ago when I first began Johnny's 4-week program, I was doing this rep range with 275. And 275 was a little challenging too. I stayed at 275 the whole way through. But I was like, you know, we've made progress now. I want to jump up to the 35s. I got greedy. Alright, it's a mistake a lot of lifters make, including myself. In fact, there's 2 mistakes lifters commonly make. It's either to get too greedy or to be too stingy, where they will doubt themselves too much and they'll shortchange how much weight they could actually go up. I've seen both happen. My friend Max Tuning is actually very guilty of the latter. But me, I'm guilty of being a little greedy. So my first 2 sets of 6 went fine, as you saw, but I knew they were a little bit slow, and that wasn't a good sign. When weight's a little bit too slow, that means you may gas out for the last few. Because 6 reps is getting a little bit high when you're in powerlifting territory. 5 reps of this would have been cake. I could probably do a 5x5 with this, but 6 reps, that 1 extra rep makes a difference when you're dealing with 80% of your max. So as you saw there, the 5th rep, I didn't quite have it. I instructed my spotter to stay absolutely clear of the bar, guys, so don't hit on the spotter. I told him to stay back, and I told him I would verbally tell him when to grab it, so I did. I have control of the weight, even if I can't get it. So my last set here, I actually burnt out at 4 reps. Definitely did not get all 6. I must lower the weight for this in the future. Now I know. So it was an honest mistake. I simply overestimated the amount of weight I could do. I was a little hopeful a little eager, and 295 was just a little bit out of my range for all 4 sets of 6. Obviously, I got the first 2 nice and clean. The second 2, I started getting a little tired on it. So, you know, in hindsight, obviously, 285 probably would have been a better weight if we're talking clean, explosive reps for all 4 sets. Possibly 290. I mean, it wasn't too far out of my league, but either way, we made the most of it. I decided to just make it an overload day. So after I went to fail on my 4 sets, I then dropped the weight to 245, and I did a few sets of 5 with pause reps using the quick competition pause. And then after I did a final burnout set with kind of a fun rest pause type of technique that I like to throw in as a burnout for my bench. This last one's called a 5-4-5, so it's 5 pause reps, 5 seconds pause in each one. Okay, so I didn't know this until I looked at the footage, because when you're underneath the weights, 1 second feels like an hour, but these are clearly not 5-second pauses. She counted a little bit fast. They're closer to 3 seconds. Not a big deal. I think she was just looking out for me because I was fatigued. Next time I'll have her do 1 Mississippi. All good. Either way, still very effective exercise. And the point of these are, when you hold the weight over you and you lower it down, your muscles tighten up and they want to spring back. They help you launch the weight back up into the air like an elastic. That's called elastic tension or elastic energy. So when you lower it down and you pause it for an extended amount of time, you release that elastic energy, and then you're left with just your raw explosive strength to push the weight back up. It's excellent to build up your overall strength and power. Yeah, that was good.
Okay.
That's it. Buy a t-shirt, nwblifestyle.com in the info box below. Tank tops, t-shirts, hoodies, dog tags, you name it. Support and represent the lifestyle you live.